The street fair buzzes with noise and life. Bells clang from game booths. Food stalls sizzle with hot grease. Vendors shout to draw crowds. People laugh and shuffle through the sticky coastal air. Suddenly, a sharp cry cuts through. Sarah, a mother, holds a crumpled photo of her son, Tim. She sobs loudly. He had a red balloon. Her voice shakes, but the noisy crowd ignores her pain. Her desperate pleas fade into the chatter. Near a rickety stall, Jason Statham stands tall. His ears catch her broken cry. His eyes spot something odd. A red balloon floats high above a shadowy alley. Its torn string flaps in the breeze. The fair's happy sounds turn dark and strange. A creepy feeling hangs heavy. Statham steps closer, his face hard with focus. Something bad took Tim away. The balloon seems to whisper a scary secret. What grabbed Tim from this busy fair? Can Statham, tough and sharp, hunt down the truth before it is too late? Before we proceed, like and subscribe to catch Jason Statham's epic action mystery story and comment where you're watching from today. The street fair roars with rough, wild chaos, but a sick, dark feeling sneaks in. Shaky wooden stalls creak loud under stacks of cheap toys and shiny junk. Foghorns wail slow and deep from the foggy coast, their moans cutting through the humid air. Rusty chains clank as old rides jerk and grind, spitting sparks. The smell hits hard, burnt sugar, greasy burgers, and salty rot from the nearby docks. Shadows flicker across the ground, sharp and jumpy, like something bad watches from the dark. Jason Statham, a tough ex-special forces man turned private investigator, moves fast through the packed crowd. His heavy boots smash gravel into dust with every step. A thick scar on his knuckles glows under the fair's dim lights, a mark of battles fought and won. Long ago, he lost a sibling, a raw pain that never fades. That hurt drives him now, makes him swear to save kids like Tim, no matter what it takes. Sarah's sobs for her missing son slice through the fair's noise like a knife. Her hands shake bad, clutching a torn photo of Tim, his small face smiling. Her voice is rough, worn out from yelling. "Find my boy," she begs, her eyes red and wet with tears. Statham stands close, his face hard as stone. Her pain hits him deep, like an old wound ripped open. He nods once, sharp, his eyes burning with a promise. He is ready to smash through any liar or thug to get Tim back. The fair's happy buzz feels wrong now, like a mask hiding something rotten. Statham's muscles tense, ready for a fight. He shoves through the crowd, his broad shoulders clearing a path. People step aside quick, sensing his power. He stops at a grimy stall, where a skinny vendor hawks fake jewelry. Statham leans in close, his voice low and mean. "You see a kid with a red balloon," he growls. The vendor's eyes dart away, sweat beading on his pale face. Statham grabs his collar, yanking him forward. "Talk fast," he snaps. The man stammers, his words tripping over each other, but gives nothing useful. Statham lets go, leaving the guy shaking. Nearby, Vince, the fair's slick organizer, watches with a sly grin. His oily voice slides out, smooth but sharp, like a snake. "Lost your edge, soldier?" he taunts, his eyes glinting with secrets. Statham's glare shuts him up fast, but Vince's grin stays, hiding something nasty. A hooded figure slips through the crowd, quick and quiet. His breath comes out raspy, like a sick cough, as he melts into the shadows of a narrow alley. Statham's eyes lock on him, his gut screaming danger. The fair's lights blink and sputter, casting jagged shadows that twist like claws. The air grows thick, heavy with a sour stink. Every creak, every clank, feels like a warning. Statham's fists clench tight, veins popping under his skin. He pushes forward, ignoring the fair's fake cheer. This place is a trap, a dirty web hiding Tim's fate. Sarah's broken sobs echo in his head, mixing with memories of his own loss. He will not fail her. He will rip through every stall, every lie, every thug in this vile fair to find Tim. No one will stop him, not Vince, not the hooded creep, not the fair's dark heart. Statham is a storm, and he is coming for the truth. The fair's chaos swirls, a mess of shouting vendors and clanging rides. Sea wind howls through the salty air, sharp with rotting fish. Stalls creak, splintering under junk piles. Shadows jerk across the ground, like fingers clawing for secrets. Jason Statham dives into the hunt for Tim, his boots slamming gravel, each step a promise to crush whoever took the boy. Sarah's words burn in his mind. She said Tim loved his blue toy car. He needs answers, fast. He grabs a greasy vendor by the shirt, his voice a low growl. Kid with a red balloon. Where is he? The guy's eyes dart, sweat dripping, but he mumbles nonsense. Statham shoves him back, knocking over a tray of cheap rings that scatter with a tinny clink. The crowd buzzes, their whispers sharp, but Statham does not care. He is a machine, built to break through lies. He spots a hooded figure darting through the stalls, cloak flapping like a bat. Statham bolts after him, boots pounding, sea wind screaming in his ears. He weaves past crates, dodging a thrown bottle that shatters on the ground, glass crunching. The figure slips into an alley, breath raspy, but Statham's faster. He flips a stall table, wood splintering, to block the path. The figure stumbles, and Statham grabs his arm, twisting hard. Talk about the kid, he snaps. The guy wheezes, spilling nothing, so Statham lets him run, knowing he will track him later. Near a locked shed, Statham's eyes catch something. Tim's blue toy car, wheels caked in mud, half buried by the alley fence where the red balloon sways. His gut twists. Sarah was right. This is no accident. Statham kneels, fingers brushing the car's cold metal. The fare's lights flicker, casting jagged shadows. He scans the crowd and locks eyes with Vince, the fare's oily organizer. Vince saunters over, his sly grin like a snake's. Old soldier, chasing ghosts, he taunts, voice smooth but cutting. He jabs at Statham's pain. Could not save your sibling, could you? Statham's fists clench, veins bulging. He steps close, towering over Vince, his glare pure fire. Keep talking and you will regret it, he growls. Vince's grin falters, his eyes twitching. He mutters about night deliveries, before turning away, too quick. Statham smells a lie. Vince knows something, and Statham will break him to get it. He turns to the shed, its rusty lock glinting under a flickering bulb. The fare's noise fades, replaced by a low hum, like danger breathing. Statham jams a knife into the lock, metal scraping, until it clicks open. Inside, the air stinks of oil and dust. He searches fast, hands ripping through crates, until he finds a crumpled receipt. It reads, Pier Drop, Midnight. His pulse races. This is no regular fare deal. Trafficking may be worse. Statham grips the paper, the words burning into him. Tim is out there, and this clue points to a dark, ugly truth. He storms out, the shed door slamming, ready to tear the pier apart. The fare's rotten heart is showing, and Statham will rip it open. The fare's vile heart pulses behind its flickering lights, but Statham's hunt for Tim burns hotter. The cryptic receipt, Pier Drop, Midnight, grips his fist, its words a map to something ugly. The coastal night chokes with fog, thick and sour, as he moves toward the pier. Waves slap hard against rotting docks, their rhythm a grim drumbeat. Creaking planks groan under his boots, each step sharp with purpose. Gulls screech overhead, their cries slicing through the mist like warnings. Statham's breath steams in the cold, his eyes locked on the pier's end, where shadows twist like living things. The fare's noise fades, replaced by a low, eerie hum, metal chains clanking, ropes straining against rusted moorings. He is alone, but not for long. 3 armed thugs wait, their silhouettes hulking against the foggy glow of a single lamp. Statham's gut screams danger, but Tim's face, from Sarah's torn photo, drives him forward. He crouches behind a stack of fishy barrels, the stink of salt and decay stinging his nose. The receipt's Pier Drop hint pulls him here, but he needs more. A thug paces, boots scraping planks, muttering into a radio. Statham catches Vince's oily voice crackling through, Keep the kid locked tight. His blood boils. Vince is not just a sleazy organizer. He is neck-deep in this. Statham edges closer, silent as a ghost, his scarred knuckles flexing. The thug's phone glints in his hand, screen glowing. Statham needs that phone. He springs, a blur of muscle, tackling the thug to the dock. Planks splinter under their weight, the crack loud in the fog. The thug grunts, knife scraping as he swings wild. Statham dodges, his arms snapping the blade away, metal skidding into the dark. He wrestles the phone free, pinning the thug's wrist until it pops. The man yelps, but Statham's knee slams his chest, silencing him. The screen lights up, Tim's photo, wide-eyed, tagged with Warehouse, Lot 7. Statham's heart pounds. A trafficking ring, not just a missing kid. The phone's case is scratched with VR, Vince's initials. This is big, a web of scum stretching beyond the fair. The other two thugs charge, boots thudding, one swinging a chain, the other a pipe. Statham rolls, dodging the chain's whistle, and kicks a barrel hard. It topples, oil splashing, tripping the pipe wielder. The dock shakes, tides slapping below. He swings from a mooring rope, boots crashing into the chain thug's jaw, teeth cracking. Gulls screech louder, spooked by the chaos. A lone dockworker, hauling crates nearby, gasps sharp, his breath catching, but Statham's focus is iron. He lands, fists flying, each punch a dull thud against flesh. The pipe thug scrambles up, pipe raised, but Statham grabs a crate, smashing it over the man's head. Wood splinters, raining shards. Statham grabs the radio, Vince's voice spitting, "Finish him!" The conspiracy unravels. Vince runs this ring, Tim just one of many. Statham's rage flares. He hauls the chain thug up, slamming him against a piling. "Where's the warehouse?" he growls, voice like gravel. The thug chokes, eyes wide, spitting, "Lot 7, North End." Statham drops him, the man crumpling, waves crashing as if cheering. He checks a nearby crate, ripping its lid off, nails screeching. Inside, fake toys hide a list. Names, ages, drop points. Tim's name burns at the top. This is no small crime. It is a machine, cold and vast. Statham's mind races, but his body moves faster. He climbs a rusted crane, chain clanking, to spot the warehouse's faint glow through the fog. The pier's creaks fade, replaced by his heavy breathing, each exhale a vow to end this. The fight leaves the dock worker frozen, his gasp swallowed by the mist. Tides slap harder, a storm brewing. Statham's boots hit the ground, splashing puddles, as he sprints toward Lot 7. The phone's photo of Tim, scared and small, fuels him. Vince's ring is bigger than he thought, but Statham will tear it down, piece by filthy piece. The warehouse looms, a dark beast in the night, holding Tim and God knows who else. Every second counts, and Statham's ready to smash through hell to get there. The fog clings to the coastal night, heavy with salt and menace, as Jason Statham sprints toward Lot 7. The warehouse looms ahead, a rusted beast squatting in the dark, its jagged silhouette swallowing the faint glow of a single bulb. Chains dangle from the roof, scraping in the wind, their eerie clanks mixing with creaking beams and the slap of tides against nearby docks. Statham's boots splash through oily puddles, his breath heavy, each exhale a vow to save Tim. The thug's phone, burning with Tim's scared face and Vince's initials, fuels his rage. This trafficking ring ends tonight. He grips a stolen wrench, knuckles white, ready to smash through hell. The warehouse doors gape open, a black maw exhaling stale air and danger. Statham storms inside, his shadow long and fierce, the fair's vile web about to snap under his fists. Inside, the air stinks of rust and diesel, thick with coastal rot. Oil drums line the walls, their dented sides glinting under flickering lights. 4 goons patrol, boots scuffing concrete, their rifles clicking as they load. Lena, Vince's cunning partner, stands on a catwalk, her sharp voice echoing from the pier's radio now live and venomous. "You cannot save them all," she taunts, her dark ponytail swinging as she aims a pistol. Statham's eyes catch a glinting wire stretched across a crate, rigged to blow. His special forces instincts kick in. He dives, wrench scraping as he cuts the wire, the crate's faint hum dying. A goon fires, gunfire cracking like thunder, bullets pinging off drums. Statham rolls, dodging a falling beam that crashes with a splintering roar, wood shards flying. His heavy breathing fills the air, steady despite the chaos. He surges forward, wrench swinging, cracking a goon's jaw with a wet snap. The man drops, rifle clattering. Another charges, knife flashing, its blade scraping Statham's arm. He twists, slamming a chokehold, the goon's gasp cut short as bones pop. Chains overhead swing wildly, their screeches piercing the din. Lena laughs, cold and sharp, firing again. Statham ducks behind a drum, oil sloshing, and hurls a rusted pipe. It smashes her catwalk railing, metal clanging, forcing her to stagger. The third goon rushes, swinging a crowbar. Statham sidesteps, kicking an oil drum that rolls, tripping the man. He grabs a dangling chain, swinging hard, boots slamming the goon's chest. The fourth lunges, but Statham's wrench cracks his skull, blood splattering concrete. The warehouse groans, beams creaking like a dying ship, salty air thick with dust. Lena leaps down, boots thudding, her pistol raised. Vince was right, you're a fool, she hisses, linking her to the fair's rotten core. Statham charges, dodging her shot, the bullet sparking off a beam. He tackles her, pinning her arm, her taunts choking as he twists her wrist. "Where's Tim?" he growls, voice like gravel. Lena spits, "Crate back corner, but you're done." Statham slams her head against a drum, knocking her out cold. Her confession spills mid-fight. She and Vince ran the trafficking ring, snatching kids like Tim for profit, the phone's photo just one piece of their sick game. The mystery cracks open, Vince's empire exposed. Statham sprints to the back, heart pounding, spotting a rusted crate sealed with a timed lock, red numbers flashing 10 seconds. Tim's faint whimpers leak through, small and scared. Statham pries the lock with his wrench, metal screeching, sparks flying as the timer ticks. Beams above groan louder, the warehouse shaking, ready to collapse. He rips the crate open at the last second, lock snapping. Tim huddles inside, eyes wide, face pale. "Get up, kid." Statham barks, voice gruff but steady. He scoops Tim up, the boy's small hands clutching his jacket. The warehouse trembles, a beam crashing behind them, wood splintering, dust choking the air. Statham bolts, dodging falling debris, chains clanking like mad. He bursts outside, salty wind hitting his face, carrying Tim to safety as the warehouse buckles, its roar fading into the night. The warehouse's collapse echoes behind Jason Statham, a dying roar swallowed by the coastal night. Tim clings to his jacket, small hands shaking, as Statham's boots pound through oily puddles. The salty air bites, thick with fog and the faint stink of rust. Waves crash hard against the docks, their rhythm wild, while distant gulls screech like ghosts. Statham's breath steams, his jaw clenched tight, the weight of Tim's rescue heavy but fierce. The fair's lights flicker faintly in the distance, a grim reminder of its rotten core. Sirens wail, sharp and close, cutting through the mist. Police cars screech to a halt, red and blue lights flashing like knives in the dark. Statham strides forward, Tim in his arms, ready to end this nightmare. Sarah's torn photo of her boy burns in his mind, her sobs from the fair now answered. At the pier's edge, Sarah waits, her tear-streaked face pale under a street lamp. She spots Tim and cries out, "You saved him!" Her voice cracks, raw with relief. She runs, stumbling, her hands trembling as she reaches for her son. Statham sets Tim down, the boy's shaky voice whispering, "Mom!" as he grips her tight. Their hug is desperate, a knot of fear undone. Statham's jaw tightens, his eyes flicking to Tim's small frame. The boy's scared face sparks a flash of his lost sibling, a sting he buries deep. He steps back, gruff nod sharp, his tough shell unbroken. Reporters swarm, their cameras clicking, voices yapping. Statham shoves one aside, his growl low. "Back off." The crowd parts, sensing his fire. He turns to a burly cop, tossing the bloodied wrench with a clank. "It is done," he says, voice like gravel, pointing to Lena, cuffed and slumped in a squad car. The phone's photo, marked with Vince's initials, and Lena's mid-fight confession sealed their fate. Police swarm the fair, their shouts sharp as they cuff Vince, his oily grin gone, eyes wide with panic. The trafficking ring crumbles. Vince and Lena's arrests spark raids on fairs across the coast. Cops bust hidden crates, free other kids, their names matching the phone's list. The news spreads fast, town safer, parents breathing easier. Statham's work ripped the fair's dark heart out, its vile trade dead. He directs a cop to the warehouse rubble, his orders crisp, no nonsense. The fair's stalls stand quiet now, their creaks fading as vendors pack up. Statham walks away, boots crunching gravel, the sound sharp against the night's hum. Waves keep crashing, relentless, while gulls cry far off, their calls thin in the fog. The fair's lights dim, its fake cheer snuffed out. Statham's hands flex, scarred knuckles catching the moon's pale glow. Tim's safe, but the ghost of his sibling lingers, a quiet ache he does not voice. He shoves it down, his stride steady, no glance back. Reporters yell questions, but he ignores them, a lone figure cutting through the mist. The town will heal, fairs will clean up, but Statham's fight never stops. His boots fade into the dark, gravel's crunch mixing with the sea's roar, a final echo of his unbreakable will.